Good morning, survivors, and happy Sunday. You know what that means, right? Self-love Sunday. Let's do this. But first, let's get coffee. Well, I hope you enjoyed your extra hour last night because it was time for you to fall back if you're in the daylight saving time thing. But right now, it is 6:42 a.m. and, well, wait, 5:42 a.m. So technically, I'm still within my extra hour, right? Anyway, so we all got an extra hour of sleep last night, is my point. Happy Sunday. Coffee. Always good. I forgot to tell you, my kids had a sleepover last night, so just excuse what we're about to go through. It's fun to walk around the house in the dark in the morning, right? Yeah, seems good. I'm just gonna reach in my freezer for some ice. I like a couple of cubes to get me started. Saturday. Wish you could see it like I see it, but this here is the most beautiful part of the day. It's so quiet. Just the birds singing. Hopefully my neighbor's not thinking I'm crazy. Watching the sun come up is the best. I feel like I've been waiting all day for the sun to come up. Isn't this the perfect size cup of coffee? It's as big as my head, almost. So today we're going to talk about something kind of crazy. It's called minimization. Okay, now this is interesting. Okay, so I had a client this week who had a very serious situation that she had to deal with because her ex worked with her. I'm not going to give her a whole story out or anything, but basically her ex worked with her, and so did another person in the ex's family. And it was a lot of horrible things. Anyway, it came down to the fact that she ended up having to report this person's harassment at work. And it was quite dangerous and quite, like, we have several voicemails threatening her life, and we have several text messages threatening her life, and then some. And so my initial intention for this video was to tell you to love yourself, not to minimize the abuse. But as I began to research minimization, I learned something that really pissed me right the hell off, and I had to share it with you. And I'm sorry to do this on Self-Love Sunday, but I think it's relevant. I think it applies, and here's why. Because you have to love yourself enough to not minimize the abuse. That's legit. That is a real statement. But here's what I've learned that I didn't know before, and I didn't connect before. And that is, you know, I've talked to you before about cognitive dissonance, where the narcissist will try to convince you that something is wrong that you know is right, or vice versa. Like something happened or didn't happen that did or didn't, you know what I'm saying, backwards. Okay. So this thing, this minimization thing, it really, really frustrates me because the reason I'm so frustrated is because I now understand that it's actually a manipulation technique that they use. When a narcissist abuses you, whether verbally or physically or otherwise, they will very often minimize the abuse. They will tell you it's not that bad. They will tell you you're exaggerating, you're overthinking it, you think too much, you're just saying that to hurt me, whatever. The fact is, when somebody tells you, you know, when they stoop to, when there is no limit to the level that they will stoop to hurt you, that's abuse. When they're poking and pulling at all those pieces of you that they know will be most hurt by those actions, that's abuse. If they push you, if they tell physically, mentally, you know, if they spit in your face, that's abuse. If they shove you into the wall, that's abuse. If they put their hands on you in any way other than a loving way, it's abuse. If they prevent you from going into your home, or going out of a room in your home, or going into a room in your home, that's abuse. If they hide money from you and steal money from your family bank account, that's abuse. You cannot minimalize the abuse anymore. The thing is that these narcissists, they minimalize it without even a second thought. They minimalize it because it's better for them if you don't believe you're being abused, my friend. But the fact is that emotional abuse is real. It's hard to define, but it's real. And so you can't minimalize it. One of the points I want to add here is that my original intent was to tell my client that she was minimizing or whatever the abuse, and she was, but it's only because she was being manipulated, and that's why this video is going to be different than I thought. So minimalization combines rational thought and reason with self-doubt and denial, right? So the narcissist comes in and tells you, it's not that serious what I did to you. It was just an accident, or everybody does that once in a while. I really love you, blah, blah, blah. They try to push your mind away from the abuse, or push your mind away from the thing that they did to you. And that's where the love bombing often comes back in, and the hoovering and things like this. You can't let a narcissist convince you that what you know is not okay is okay. And if there's something in your gut telling you that it's not okay for this person to speak to you this way or to treat you this way, there's a reason. You have to listen to your gut. You understand? It's the opposite of exaggeration. It's downplaying what happens in any situation. It's literally like downplaying the significance or the importance or the importance of the person or the situation. You understand? I want to point something out. Minimalization is used when there is no plausible way that they can deny your accusations or claims, because they just saw, you have a bruise on your face, or they've just screamed at you for 3 hours. They can't deny that happened, but they can sure minimize it, can't they? So as it relates to narcissistic abuse, minimization is used by the abusers to minimize the abuse, as in say that it wasn't really abuse and it didn't, it wasn't as serious as you think it is or other people seem to think it is. Okay, that's one thing. Another thing they do is they use it to minimize the victim. So, to tell the victim you're not important, you don't matter. And even if I did abuse you, it doesn't matter. You deserved to be abused. And then the other thing they do is they'll tell you they did it for your own good. Yeah, you gotta love that one. I'm just trying to help you. I'm just trying to teach you, blah, blah, blah. No, they're not. They're abusing you. You have to understand that just because they tell you it's not abuse doesn't mean it's not abuse. There's something inside of you that knows if you're being abused, isn't there? But there's something else inside of you that tells you that you're supposed to believe what they tell you. You're supposed to believe it because it makes life seem more peaceful to you, or because if you've been taught throughout your relationship that you have to not defy what they think, not change their mind, and because if you try to change their mind, it doesn't work, and so you get to this place where you become complacent and you accept it. And my client, she did thanks to one of our SPAN members who has a lot of HR background, was able to feel more comfortable going to her own HR department, and she did, and they're totally on board with protecting her and keeping her safe, as we suspected that they would be. But she didn't know for sure because she had been so conditioned by the narcissist to think that she was full of shit. But she wasn't full of shit. She did the right thing, and she continues to do the right thing when she continued to when she went to the police station and got the order of protection and all of this stuff. I know this is a really hard way for her to go, but she may have saved a lot of other women from going through the same shit she went through with this person and his relative. So I'm very proud of her for that. And I guess my point is that sometimes, even when we don't want to believe that we're being abused, or we don't want to believe that it's that serious, because this person, my client, was very concerned that she would hurt the family that was involved and stuff like this. But again, this is what we empaths do. We try to put other people's well-being before our own. And we sometimes have to put ourselves first, especially when it comes to our personal safety. At least when it comes to, someone that could hurt us and someone that doesn't deserve us. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. I guess my bottom line is, don't let anyone tell you that if you feel like someone is abusing you, if you feel like the treatment that you are receiving from someone in your life is abusive treatment, and you ask the person to stop and they don't stop, or in fact they continue and get more abusive, my friend, you have something there called abuse. You have to own it and acknowledge it before you can fix it. Okay? You have to first discover it, then understand it, then overcome it. If you're dealing with a narcissist, subscribe to my channel. It's free. And I post every day, and my goal is to help you go from being a victim to a survivor. okay? And a thriver. So stick around with me. We'll see what we can do, okay? Now listen, I've got to close up for right now, but I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. I may show back up with another video later today if I feel so motivated. You never know. But just in case I don't, I'll see you on Monday. All right? Let me know your thoughts about this video. Let me know your thoughts about minimization. Do you think it's as much bullshit as I do? I'm just curious. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. See you soon. And as always, thanks for letting me be a part of your life and your recovery, and thanks for being a part of mine. I'll see you soon. Somebody asked me what my favorite coffee was. I like the coffee I make at home the best. And I like this 8 o'clock brand. I used to really like their, sorry, it's dark in here. I really liked the, they had this 8 o'clock French roast, and they still have it in the ground, but I like to grind my own coffee in the morning. But the 8 o'clock was really good stuff. Anyway, but the regular is good. It's almost as good. I'll tell you something else. Aldi has a coffee that I like. It's the whole bean coffee again. It's quite good. It's quite high quality. I was pretty